Hello, Z here. Today will be the weightlifting day 3, focusing on snatches. To start, we'll do a kettlebell warm-up. This kettlebell warm-up starts with some push presses, and you'll see here I'm first bringing the kettlebell to my shoulder, and then do about 5 of those, and then 5 push press to drop under. This is just a little warm up. I was not super committed to this warm up. So here it is on the other side. Do 5 to the shoulder. And with this, you're kind of swinging, bringing the momentum. We're working on snatches. So this is a good warm up to get your shoulders in line, your legs to be operating, because this is the movement that we're going to be working on, is above the head, dropping under. So here are my 5 push presses. Then we're going to go on to some weighted squats. Like this, I like the weighted squats because it gives me some momentum and also some practice with using that weight as a counterbalance. Then we're going to do some around the world, and we're going to just alternate each way. And this around the world is something that I don't do a ton, but I think it's actually something you're going to be incorporating more. And with this, it's really targeting your abs. I think I have a 15-pound kettlebell, maybe a 25. Now some overheads, making sure that your head is going through the window. And even as I'm coaching myself looking back, I would coach myself to be a little bit straighter. Then we're going to go to the movements. So this is going to start with a snatch deadlift above the knee. I have the boxes set up, and with this, you're going to be standing up in that snatch position. This workout is going to be pretty technical in terms, but it works different sorts of muscle groups. So you can see here with a snatch deadlift, what you want to be doing is standing and making sure that your arms are in a snatch position, which is the wider position. You're going to be wanting to increase the weight so that you are really practicing that one position. So with this, you want to make sure that your shoulders are up the bar, and that when you stand up, it's a quick movement. It's coming from the legs, and it's coming from the abs. This was a longer workout too, because you are, putting weights on, taking weights off. But like I said, it's a good work. Oh, sorry, I was in a bad mood. See, it is really about focusing on that top part of that one specific part. And I like using, sometimes we'll be above the knees, sometimes below the knees, but this really gives the opportunity to focus on the technical aspects of a lift. One of the things that I have been reminding myself is that you should have a hook grip. That's where your thumb is underneath your fingers. Here's a different angle. I believe I got up to like 45 kilos. It's not a very large movement, but it is something that's really important and works a different muscle group. It works the back of your legs pretty significantly, and it is really more of a mental kind of workout. I should have a hook grip. My fingers are a little bit small for a hook grip. Now we're going to be using the same box to do a power clean above the knees. What a power clean, I did 15 reps. A power clean is where you bring it above your heads. It's a little different when you are just lifting from that one part. When you have above the knees, then you are really kind of focusing on one component, and that is the lift. So here it is again, your shoulders should be above the bar. I started at a heavier weight, but realized because this is a more challenging, more technical lift, I needed to go down just so that I could get the mechanics. Even there, I probably should have put clips on my barbell to prevent that from happening. I think also my positioning's a little off, so I should be leaning a little bit forward and have my legs in a better position. A different angle. I worked on the power cleans quite a bit. You can see one of my arms is going a little bit faster than the other. And so I increased my weight here to somewhat successful. Somewhat successful. Like I said, putting it above the knees makes it more challenging. You can see my legs are a little wonky. But eventually I'm kind of getting more of the motion. I really should be dropping further under. But as you can see, my knees are wonky. I'm having a little bit of a hard time. And with this, getting at a lower weight would be beneficial. But at the same time, it can be a little bit more challenging than when you don't have that counterweight. So here's another angle. I'm, again, using my arms primarily. When you look at other people doing snatches, they're really dropping under. So that is something that I need to focus on, is my flexibility and my mobility in the lower part of my body. Another angle with the power cleans. I did 15 reps in total. You probably don't need to do that much, but I was really struggling to feel good about them. These few, I felt good, again, not dropping underneath. The fact that I'm doing all the lifting for my arms means that I can go heavier. But it also means that technically I am in need of improving so that I drop under. Really should, get the really should be, if we're looking at the technical kind of components, it should not go too much higher than my torso, right? I'm supposed to be dropping under. Again, this is me coaching myself. So this is a power clean from the floor, a little bit of a warm-up. So from the floor, you can see how challenging it is for me to get down. And so because I'm having a really hard time getting in that bottom position, that means that I cannot also get in the bottom position when I have the weight under me. So it's always important to do a few warm-ups so you can get the movement down. As you can see, I am struggling, and part of it might be getting my knees out. Not quite sure. That's something I'm going to do a little bit more research into. Here's another angle. Ooh, it's me trying to do a power clean. As you can see, that did not work very well. There's a different angle. Ooh, I got scared. I feel a lot more confident. Again, if I go for the hips, that just means that it's my legs or my arms doing most of the work. I think at this point in the workout, I was pretty frustrated. And on to all the way. No, this is the point where I grabbed the PVC pipe just so I could practice getting down. You can see my arms need to be a little bit more wide, wider than it had been previously. So already I can tell that there are some alterations I need to make that I'm not necessarily always putting into practice with my lifts. So that's pretty good starting position, but then I get scared to go and try to practice to get under. In the background, there's some jazz that I recorded day. Okay, that was a lift. And again, my knees' inability to really drop under and surely protect me. Another angle. With these power cleans, I just kind of was trying to do them until I felt confident enough. But that was pretty good. Again, that one leg is free fall. Now I just did one, or I already recorded one of these lifts, but here's another kind of technical thing to practice. That's a pull from above the knees. So you set the barbell up. And for this, instead of a deadlift, what you are mimicking is that last pull, right? And so that is something where it's practicing the explosive nature of a lift. I did 4 reps behind, four times 2 reps, so do 2 reps at a time, snatch, jerk behind the neck. So behind the neck is really good practice, again, for me to drop under. So in this, I'm still kind of pushing it, whereas the goal is that you are basically throwing it above your head and that you catch it below. This is challenging, and I probably started out too high of a weight. But I am tenacious. Let's see what I do. I can't remember what it was yesterday. So, put it behind the neck. Nice wide stance. Breathe. Still decided not to go down in weight. Oh wait, now I do. When in doubt, go down. And that is something that's still hard for me to reckon with, is how do you, with less weight, maintain the same amount of momentum. So here I have 27 kilos, and before it was 30 kilos. So I'm going to bring it behind my neck, wide stance, and a little bit closer. But again, with these, I really should be practicing more of that drop under, right? So trying to, even, I might next time put a little box or something to try to measure my own progress, because as I'm watching back, I'm like, why aren't you dropping down? But when I'm in the workout, there's lots of things that are kind of on my mind, and now looking back, I can see that I have some areas really that I need to focus on. Here's some more attempts at the next snatch. And a jerk is where you catch it underneath and then push up above. So here, okay, that was okay. That was mostly arms though. But this really should be a do pop pop, squat up down, and then so. A pretty tough move. That was a good spot. Probably not the safest way to get out of that position, but that's what I did. And now to a cool down. For this cool down, I just did some practice with toes to bar, just to kind of get that stretch. Snatch workout has a lot of shoulder and arm. And so this was my attempt. And at home, one good modification for this kind of move is to put a kettlebell on the ground and you lay down with the kettlebell above your head, the arms reached out, and you can kind of use the kettlebell as the bar, and then you bring your feet to the kettlebell. And that's something that helps to kind of mimic a similar movement. Toes to bar, when you use a swing, and you can kick both of your toes. I used to be fairly good at these, but my cardio is not what it used to be. Make sure you have chalk. That was the workout for the day. Thank you. Bye.